player named Jimmy Struthers from Southern Virginia. Yeah, so I should actually mention the first thing I did, the Furry Lewis. It's a funny story because it isn't actually the ballad of Stagger Lee. It's actually the ballad of another St. Louis murderer, a guy named Olive Jackson. But being a canny sort of salesperson, Furry Lewis changed it to Stagger Lee because it was a more marketable name. It's actually a completely different story, which was sort of the same logic. I did a book called How the Beatles Destroyed Rock and Roll. That was not about the Beatles and how they destroyed rock and roll. It was actually largely about Paul Whiteman, but that's not how you sell books. So Furry Lewis had a similar approach. This last song here, it's from a Chilean songwriter, singer, and guitarist named Viktor Jara. It was about the people disappeared in Chile, and he actually ended up after Salvador Allende was overthrown in a coup backed by the CIA and killed in the football stadium in Chile. And I used to sing this a lot because my family was very engaged with the Chilean situation. And then I sort of stopped doing it. And now I've started doing it again because I graduated from Tufts University. And last week, a young lady was grabbed by a bunch of masked men and shoved into an unmarked car and shipped to prison in Louisiana for having written an editorial in the Tufts newspaper. And so this one is for her and for a bunch of young men who went for their regular check-in with the immigration authorities because they were following the rules. And rather than being deported to their homes, were deported to one of the world's most ghastly prisons in El Salvador by a government that now says some of them were sent by mistake, but it can't do anything about it because they're not here anymore. So this is for them. It's called Te Recuerdo, Amanda. I remember you, Amanda. Te recuerdo, Amanda, la calle mojada corriendo a la fábrica donde trabajaba Manuel. La sonrisa ancha, la lluvia en el pelo, no importaba nada, ibas a encontrarte con él, con él, con él, con él, con él. Son 5 minutos, la vida es eterna en 5 minutos. Suena la sirena, de vuelta al trabajo, y tú caminando, lo iluminas todo, los 5 minutos te hacen florecer. Te recuerdo, Amanda, la calle mojada corriendo a la fábrica donde trabajaba Manuel. La sonrisa ancha, la lluvia en el pelo, no importaba nada, ibas a encontrarte con él. Con él, con él, con él, con él, que partió a la sierra, que nunca hizo daño, que partió a la sierra, y en 5 minutos quedó destrozado. Suena la sirena, de vuelta al trabajo, muchos no volvieron, tampoco Manuel. Te recuerdo, Amanda, la calle mojada corriendo a la fábrica donde trabajaba Manuel. Thank you very much.
Elijah Wald, y'all. One more time for him, please. Great job. Beautiful. Very talented. I don't think I've ever seen anybody cover Joseph Spence on the guitar. Did you see him play it? Tim said he's going to break it. We were so worried, man, he can really play it. And write books as well. It's too much. Elijah will join us out front afterwards and sign copies of his great books, a great Dylan book and the new Jelly Roll book. Good stuff. Thank you, Elijah.